welcome to the Chelsea Skidmore Show. I'm here today with my guest, comedian and husband, Stephen Randolph.
Hey, what's up?
Stevie.
I'm already looking at the levels. Is the chip in there? That's what I'm wondering.
I know. It's hard to start a podcast that you record yourself without having 10 different OCD questions in your head.
Did we do a test?
We did a test.
Okay.
You look cute.
Thank you.
I just saw you this morning for the first time.
I know. I've been hiding.
Where have you been hiding, you little badger?
I'm on my way to therapy, so I'm already in that mode.
You look really handsome.
I appreciate you. Always look hot.
Something with your facial. Did you do something with your facial hair today?
I trimmed my ear hair.
No, that's not it, but thank you for doing that. It's getting to be a problem.
I know.
Isn't that funny that we're going to grow old with each other and just like see all these weird things?
I know, and I just feel so comfortable with you. I don't even care.
Steven's holding my bare foot right now in his hand.
I walk because every morning I'm a creature of habit. I walk to get a Power Crunch bar from the liquor store. Why do I buy one every morning there? Because I don't have enough restraint to have a box of 12 in the house.
And here's the problem is that I'm the only one who goes to the grocery store and Steven eats all of my food. And he never replaces it. He never replaces it. He never shops for himself. He just eats everything that I buy. Why is that?
I'm hungry.
No, but don't you think about, hey, I'm eating all of her popcorn. I should replace it.
This is a fun podcast. Is this how you treat all your guests?
It's how I treat.
Accusations in
it's
the
not,
first two. That's a way. That's a good way to get people to open up on your podcast. I think you bring the guest and within 30 minutes accuse them of something, shut them down.
Okay, so did you eat all the popcorn?
Yeah.
So how am I accusing? I'm bringing to light something that I've been wanting to talk to you about. What's up with it, babe?
I don't know, man.
Okay, so I'm just trying to talk about where we're at in our marriage, babe. Steven?
Yeah.
Are you shutting down?
Well, yeah, I was just kind of like, all right.
I was teasing you.
I know.
Okay. Another thing that we like to do in our marriage is we watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
That's a fun show.
You love it. Okay. It's kind of fun to watch a show together with someone that you're dating. Hold my foot.
I don't know. I just feel disconnected now.
And we'll reconnect.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to watch a show with someone that you're dating. And it's even more fun that it's The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Tell me, who are the characters that you like? Who don't you like? Let's get into it.
I like Dorit the best. I like Dorit. I think she's the sexiest. I like Lisa Rinna. She's just like a fun friend that you would just like to have around. She's really supportive, full of energy, and like she's got your back. Like I trust Lisa Rinna completely.
You do?
Yes. She's not a bad friend.
Yeah, I don't see her doing any shit talking.
No, she only shit talks when it's like appropriate. Like she's just like, let's go, let's keep it positive. The girl with blonde hair that does the music, like
Erica Jane.
Erica Jane's fun. She's always like, she'll be a fun aunt one day. I like Erica Jane. I like her outlook on life. Her relationship's a little strange, but that's okay. It's none of my business. You know?
And her older husband.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider that an older husband. I mean,
Who'd you consider it?
That's an arrangement. You know what I mean? Hi, you're 98, and I want to dance the rest of my life and not work. Like,
I think she worked for him. I think he's a lawyer, and I think she used to work in his law office.
Yeah, I get it. And she got tired of working.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, I get that. I would say.
Who don't you like? Maybe
Vanderpump. I just
Lisa Vanderpump.
She's a bad person. Her husband is a piece of shit.
Really? Well, he yelled at Kyle.
The way he yelled at Kyle, the way he yelled at PK, like his friend from England, that's how he treats his friend. He's like, "You're trying here." It's like, yeah, he's trying to be your friend. I just think the way he carries that dog and just his gruff look, he is a fucking curmudgeon-y, bad. Like if there's a white man that like owns slave ships, like I always look at white people, I'm like, what would they be like during the slave days? Like this is a bad person, you know? Like he would own slave ships.
Really?
Oh yeah, that guy would own slaves. He's like, yeah, I've got a fleet of them, right from Africa. I got a fleet of them. You know, it's good cargo. Like he's a bad white man.
Wow.
I don't like him. And Lisa Vanderpump is just, I don't understand why she's made a career.
You're doing your mom impression. Does she remind you of your mom?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, but she is. Oh, I'm just sitting here. I'm doing the best I can. It's all. I see the game.
Yeah.
I see the game, and
Pretty
it doesn't
fake.
work. And it doesn't work with all the girls either. They all saw through it this season.
And what do you think about Camille? And we're on season 9 for those of you.
Is that the current season that's out right now?
Yeah, but I think we're a couple episodes behind. We're on like episode 15 or something. Like Camille just got married.
Oh, Camille's a piece of shit.
She sucks, right?
She's a piece of shit as a person, as a TV star, and she is just an overall uninteresting, bad, dumb person.
Jeez.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, she's talking about Kelsey Grammer and what they were into sexually. Like, she throws that person under the bus. It just, whatever works for her. And she's not, at least Lisa Vanderpump.
And she acts so innocent.
Lisa Vanderpump's a bad person, but at least she's kind of interesting. Camille is a bad person with no redeeming. There's like.
What does she have going on? Like, what does she do? And she kept Grammer and remarried?
Yeah, she wants like, oh yeah, that was me.
Isn't that weird?
That's very strange.
If I had been married before and I got married a second time, I don't think my husband...
I think you'll be keeping Randolph forever one way or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry to cut you off.
No, that was it.
Yeah.
So we got... I had to have some words with you last night and tell you about something that had been upsetting me. We have neighbors who are 2 girls who are constantly naked in their thong right across from us.
And you fucking ruined it.
How did I ruin it?
Because they were right across from us. We live in a predominantly gay neighborhood, and there's 2 young girls who just did dishes and the laundry and just had a good time in their thongs and
they're
bra
naked.
Panties, and they're
are
like
they
naked.
Topless or?
I didn't see any tits, but yeah, they were topless. They were naked.
They're just topless, always in their thong.
Yeah, and then you ruined
and we
it.
have a clear.
We're
picture.
5 feet, 10 feet away from them.
And their window was completely open.
And Chelsea shut it down.
And I said, "Hey," and I showed them my butt, and then they closed the curtains, and they've been closed since.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, how would you feel though if it was 2 naked guys that I was checking out?
Kind of probably you're getting a taste of what I felt dating you the last 3 years, having you fucked every single paid regular and famous person at the Comedy Store, and they come in $100,000 cars that I have to help them park. And
you don't do the lot.
But you know what I mean? Just like in a service, like yeah.
But they're not naked.
Yeah, but you fucked them.
What
So
is laughing at them the same? Laughing at their jokes.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this guy's funny. He mistreated me and was like semi-famous, but like I'm still laughing. I'm like, huh, that's an uncomfortable situation. So the fact that there's 2 girls that were half naked across the apartment, that was fun.
They were your paid regulars.
Yeah, I would never even fuck with them. I'm just playing with you.
It's just a fun idea.
It was just a fun thing. It was just funny. It was just fun. Like, it's not like, I'm not a cheater. That's not my thing.
I don't like that show Friends, but I know they had like the naked neighbor.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. So we got some questions from Instagram if you want to go into them.
Yeah.
And can I just say how much I love you?
I love you too. I'm still feeling hurt from the way this started.
The popcorn?
Yeah, just kind of an interesting way to...
I guess
I always try to make my guests feel open on my podcast and like get them to talk, and it's like it was just kind of an interesting, like a kind of an aggressive thing right off the stop. It was like, whoa, definitely wouldn't do that to my guest.
I wasn't trying to be aggressive with you. I guess I was just trying to have a funny conversation about how you eat all the food in the house.
And they're like, "What's up with that? What's up with that?" And I was like, okay, like,
you didn't answer, babe.
Yeah.
Will you tell me?
I eat a lot at night. I'm on medication that makes me for mental illness that makes me sick at night, or it makes me hungry at night. That's one of the side effects is that I eat late at night, and I don't think about it. It's like my lizard brain, and I just get really, really hungry. And I'm in a tough spot because I can't buy a lot of food here because I'll eat it all and I'll be fat, and I'm an entertainer and I want to look good. And you do, and it's not fair for you, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But I pay most of the bills, so.
Okay, let's see. Our first question, and I'm going to read them all. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 10 questions. Okay. First one is from Bobby. Vodka, tequila, or whiskey? Best breakfast drink?
Vodka.
Vodka?
Yeah.
Bloody Mary?
Yeah, probably Bloody Mary.
Did you ever drink We're both sober. Did you ever drink Bloody Marys?
I love Bloody Marys. I would do heroin and then have a Bloody Mary at this bar by myself in Los Feliz every night.
Really?
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Every morning or night?
No, every night. I wasn't a morning drinker.
Up.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. But after work, I would just go sit by myself, have a double Bloody Mary, shoot heroin, have a double Bloody Mary, and just smoke cigarettes and just like think about the day.
Really? I
Yeah.
never knew that about you.
That was my little secret thing.
I didn't
Those
know
feelers.
that.
Yeah, I'd be like, wow.
I like Bloody Marys.
I like Bloody Marys. I could get a virgin one. Someone I was with got a virgin Bloody Mary the other day.
I feel like on an airplane one time, I just got the mix.
Yeah,
and
the
I
craving,
just drank
yeah.
the Bloody Mary mix.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's my taste.
It's peppery and spicy.
And salty. I love salt.
Next question from Aunt Social. What should I have for lunch?
An ahi salad. You can't go wrong with an ahi salad. That's just really good for you. It's got omega-3s, protein, and low carbs. If no carbs, maybe a little bit with the dressing, but that's what you should have, an ahi salad.
Wow.
Medium rare.
Okay.
Or seared.
Next question. Pope of Gville, which makes me think Pope of Greenwich Village. Wasn't that a movie?
I don't know.
The Pope of Greenwich Village. Does he have any fetishes?
Me?
I'm going to answer what I think your fetish is,
Okay.
and then you can answer after me.
Okay.
His fetishes are socks.
Mm-hmm.
He likes knee socks and eating pussy
Mm-hmm.
and maybe like he likes tying up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's a full-on fetish. I think it's something he'd just like. But I'd say socks and eating pussy are his fetishes.
Yeah, and smelling your slightly dirty feet.
Yeah, and you like it when I wear shoes with no socks so you can smell my feet.
Yeah, like I like slightly dirty feet.
Was I right about all? Was there
Yeah.
anything I was missing?
Yeah, no. That's it.
What are my fetishes?
Big dicks and mistreatment.
No,
And
not
I don't
mistreatment.
serve up any of that.
Not mistreatment, babe.
Being tied up, having your pussy eaten, and socks.
We have the same fetishes.
I know,
How
I know.
fucking weird is that?
I know.
Okay. Joe Mashorta wants to know, do you smoke weed? If you do, what is your method of use?
I don't smoke weed anymore. I'm 11 years sober.
We don't smoke weed.
I used to.
It was probably Alex. Whose fart smells better? And by better, I mean worse.
Chelsea's, for sure.
My farts don't really smell, but the other night it was like insane.
Yeah, it hurt my nose.
Because
It smelled like a baby's diaper.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
it was from pizza.
Pizza and anxiety.
It was pizza and anxiety. It was disgusting. Okay, my farts smell better. Okay, Peter, New Jersey. What has been the biggest doubts you both have had so far?
Doubts in what? In
I don't
the
know.
relationship?
Biggest
in my
doubts
life?
in general, I guess. That's one you're gonna have that I'd have to sit on. Biggest doubts.
Just I know I'm gonna make it, but just like how long it's gonna take to be a fully working, just providing for us, myself, as an entertainer, like how long is that going to take? That's like something that I struggle with every day and I'm like really frustrated with. And I'm like, I just want to earn as an entertainer 100%. And I know that it'll happen, but it's like taking longer than I expected. Like I thought this would have happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like staying out of the results. Yeah. When my career is going to fully support me, you, our future kids. That is like
a doubt.
Yeah, it's just like, come on. Is it there? Is it around the corner? Is it, yeah.
What is a doubt?
Google it. I've been Googling.
I know
stuff
what a
lately.
doubt is. Are you going to Google it?
Yeah,
I know
I've
what a
been
doubt
Googling-
is, but like,
That's
what
on my
really is it? You know what I mean?
Well, I've been doing this thing. If I don't understand a word or if a word
I'm gonna look it
strikes
up.
me, I've been. Mark Maron said, "I'm just looking for relief," and I was having an anxiety attack while he said that. I was like, "Relief," and I Googled the word relief, and it means freedom from anxiety. And I was like, "Oh, that's all I want. Relief. I want freedom from anxiety."
Yeah, a doubt is something you're feeling uncertain about. I don't know. I'd say like my biggest one originally, like the biggest thing that I had wanted in my life was to find someone who would understand me. You know, Steven is this person, but you know, when I was dating and, you know, single, I wanted so badly to find my other person above anything else. So I think I always believed in the deepest part of my heart, in the back of my head, that I would find that person. But I think I doubted whether or not I would find that perfect person for me. I think I did.
Well,
I think I did.
I'm not perfect. I
and
eat all
the
popcorn.
biggest doubt, like other than that, I don't know. I guess just like little career stuff. I can't think of any particular examples, but yeah, just things I really want. So I'll tell myself it's not going to happen, but it will happen. I don't know. I try to stay hopeful with everything.
Yeah, I've been really like
I try
putting in the
to
work with that.
maintain hope and not be black and white. I try not to say that's never going to happen for me. I say I really want that, but I don't know. So I guess I'll play in the doubt world.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't want to be like that will never. I never want to say something will never happen for me.
I've been really pulling out of that. Like when you were gone at your 12-step meeting, I chanted for 18 minutes, and I'm lighting like prosperity candles, and I'm looking at my vision board, and I didn't do that this morning, but I always I'm keeping it positive. Like I'm really shifting. I'm really fighting the good fight against my own brain and my own doubts, my own ego. I'm fighting every day.
Yeah, it is a daily thing.
It's a fucking battle.
To fight against, yourself. You're your own biggest enemy.
Your ego. It's like that ego inside.
Yeah, even just like yesterday, we were talking about this. We're both battling with some inner struggles right now, with our ego and, wanting to be further than we are in certain areas of our career. And it's like, we have to do a lot of work on it.
Yeah, I'm not quitting. I'm just doubling down, and I'm just doing the work, But it's like I'm just realizing like I've put so much stock and power in other people deciding my fate. It's like fuck them. Can you imagine if Arnold Schwarzenegger did that and sat around on the sidelines waiting? I'm pitching a show right now, and it's like, dude, I'm fucking just gonna make it. Like if I have to take another meeting with executives, like Steve, tell us we like this motivational character, but where do you? It's like, dude. I don't know. I'm just kind of getting to a place where I'm not waiting for permission. I'm not taking another fucking coffee meeting. I'm just making my shit.
So are you open to talking about what happened with that whole pitch process?
Well, I'm still in it right now. So
the 7.
I don't think I want to right now because I'm still in that pitch process.
Okay.
I'm still in that process.
Great. We'll move on to the next question from Marlon Bryce. Bruh, does she have a twin sister that's single, funny, loves Grandpa Bod and true crime?
No, but she has a lot of hot friends.
I feel like I don't have a lot of single friends. I have like a couple I can think of.
Who?
I don't want to say their names.
Anna.
Oh, I didn't think about her. Julie.
Mm-hmm.
Leah.
Yeah.
Sort of Allie.
So check out the 3 that just Leah, Allie,
Julie.
And Julie. Check out their Instagrams.
I don't want to give it.
And we'll get back to you.
Okay. I can't see the name of the person who sent this one. What's it like having a partner that is actually funny?
That must be tough for you that I'm so funny.
That's so funny that this question came up because...
Is that tough for you that I'm so fucking funny?
Because I was at work the other day, and this girl who works at the Comedy Store, she goes to me, Is it hard being in a relationship with someone who's like really, really funny? And I was like, well, I'm funny. So I felt like she like didn't realize that I'm also a comedian and funny. It was so awkward because I felt my ego being like, well, I being a funny person myself, But, I've dated people who were funny the past couple years. Since I moved out here, I've only been in a relationship with comedians. But before this, none of my boyfriends have ever been funny. And I dated someone, the last person that I dated in New York, who is the most unfunny person ever. And it felt good being funnier than them.
Yeah.
I knew I was the funny one, and it felt good. But being with someone who's actually funny, it's awesome. That's what it's like, being with a partner who's actually funny. We laugh together all day long, all night long. We do sketches. We do line readings with each other. We'll do something really funny, and then we'll reenact it a second time. We never talk about that. We'll have like a weird moment, and then we'll reenact it like we're shooting a scene just to do another funny take without laughing.
I forgot about that. I don't even think about it. I just do it.
Yeah, I know. It's really fun.
That
Like he'll
fun.
say something like funny, and then I don't know. I'm not explaining it properly. Can you explain it? Or am I
Yeah,
explaining?
we'll just maximize the moment. Like we'll just like play it from 100 different takes.
Yeah.
If something funny happens, we'll just like do that again, match that moment again, match that moment again. Do it with this like a southern draw. Do it again like this. Do it again like this. You know?
Yeah, and even like, and we'll just make funny videos and just hang out and just laugh so much, and we have the same sense of humor. We get each other, so it's really fun. It's there is not a dull moment.
Not in this house.
Not in this house. And did you want to answer that?
What was the question?
What's it like having a partner that is actually funny?
I don't think that one applies to me.
Huh.
It's awesome. It's awesome. You're very, very funny. I'm not attracted to women that aren't funny. Like I could never marry someone that wasn't funny. You're very, very funny.
Yeah.
I think you're hilarious.
It would be lonely if not.
Yeah, it's lonely
and
having
boring.
to explain the joke. It's like if someone doesn't have the same sense of humor as you, like that's a really bad mix.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love being married to someone who's funny.
Next question, and I can't see the name, and it's the last question. Which part of your personalities mesh together best, and which parts clash? Which parts of our personalities mesh together best, and which parts clash? Some questions you need a second to think on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about this one.
I'd say our sense of humor matches best.
Mm-hmm. Our sense of what we want, our desires, like what we want out of life, matches best.
Yeah, we have the same life ideals.
Yeah.
What clashes?
I would say Chelsea sometimes tries to be the dude, and that's not. I don't like that. Like we'll walk into a restaurant. She goes first. She's like, a table here, and it's like she tries to be like the guy in the relationship, and that to me doesn't work.
Is it called alpha?
Yeah, but I'm not into alpha. Like that's not like that's
or
fine.
Masculine energy.
Yeah, masculine energy does not. It's not attractive to me in a woman.
I have that, right?
Yeah, sometimes you'll be feminine, but then when we're out in public and we're just chilling, you're like, hey, we want a table over here. And it's like, dude, you just
And my voice drops.
Yeah,
an octave?
I
What
look
the
over
fuck?
and you're in basketball gym shorts with a backwards hat. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, put those high heels. Put those high heels back on and just be a fucking
that is
woman.
So fucking.
You're like, yo, me and my date want to fucking get this VIP out here. I'm like, what, dude?
You look over and I have basketball shorts. That's so funny.
I look over and it's like Punky
Well,
Johnson.
I look over and sometimes Steven's in a mini skirt, no, I'm just kidding.
That's fine. Yeah, but I'm a confident woman.
But I think we actually both possess both masculine and feminine energies.
I think you have this from being single so long, kind of
No,
making
I
it
think
on
it's
your
from
own.
being direct and from New York. I think it's a New York energy.
From New York. No, it's not a New York energy.
It's not?
No, it's different. It's not a New York energy.
I think it's from just learning to be okay on your own. Yeah.
I think it's from being on your own. But sometimes I like to feel like the man. So it's I like to walk into the restaurant and ask for the table and do, you know what I mean? That's to me, that's important. That's how I grew up,
I think it's also from growing up, having to do a lot of things on your own, feeling you have to
self-parenting.
Yeah, self-parenting. So it's I got it.
Yeah.
I can handle it.
Yeah, but sometimes let me do it. I know you can handle it, but I like doing that.
You want to start ordering for me at restaurants.
Yeah, I enjoy that. That's fun for me. If you don't enjoy that, that's fine. But I enjoy that.
No, that's
it's
fun.
It's fun. It's not even an ego thing, but it just that's kind of that's my arousal template. That's fine.
What else is?
Sitting on my face.
Baby.
With sneakers on and a backwards fucking baseball hat.
What the fuck is with the hat?
No, I don't know. I just picture you being like, hey, what's up?
Stop.
That's what goes through my mind when you walk 3 paces ahead of me at a restaurant. You're like, hey, can we get a table? It just reminds me.
When I'm walking 3 steps ahead of you, I might as well be dribbling a basketball.
Yeah, you're just like a dude on the Ohio State team, and I'm just like, okay, I guess wherever Brian wants to eat,
Is that my masculine?
You're like, coach is busting our balls lately. I gotta get some pasta. I'm like, okay.
I'm Brian.
Yeah, you're just Brian, or yeah.
So when I'm being too masculine, can you just start saying to me you're being Brian?
Yeah, I'm like, later, Brian. I want Brienne back. Yeah.
That's
you're
so
chewing
funny.
it. Yeah, that's what I think. I think stuff like that in my head.
That's so funny.
I was like, oh. But I can be pretty feminine too.
Yeah, you can be.
I enjoy it.
But sometimes it annoys me.
I can imagine. It's a lot of work being with this woman.
Girl, Girl, shut up. Okay, well, that was it for the questions. Thank you guys for sending them in. So, how are you today, babe?
I'm good. I woke up. I need to get better at scheduling my schedule, and I'm in a 12-step money program. We don't say which one, but they have a. I was listening to someone share last night about their timesheets. So they kind of plan out their days according to timesheets. Like I want to start doing that a little more. I'm going to print them out. I have a credit card processing company during the day. I work at the Comedy Store 4 nights a week, and then I do stand up a lot. I do a ton of stuff. I write. I'm writing a TV show. Like I do all this stuff. I'm in recovery. I'm in like 3 different programs. I have therapy. So it's just like I have a lot on my plate, and I just like trying to balance it all. Like right now, I know that like I'm already thinking about therapy. I'm going to therapy now twice a week, and I'm going to therapy down the block or down the street on Sunset, and so I'm like already in that kind of that mindset. Like, okay, I'm going to therapy.
You're always like one step ahead.
Always. I'm never in the present.
Yeah, I feel like you do have a lot on your plate. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I think the one thing that you don't do enough of is it's hard for you to learn how to relax.
I don't know how to relax.
Which I think is a big part of why you're feeling overworked and exhausted.
You were gone the other night for like 6 hours. You're at work. I had the whole place to myself, which was wonderful, by the way. I just had the time of my life. No, but you're like, just relax tonight. And I was like, yeah, I need to relax tonight. I did all the dishes, did a load of laundry, cleaned the house. Like I could not, and wrote. Like I cannot relax.
What happens when you relax? What comes up for you?
I feel that they, quote unquote, are getting ahead. Everybody in the world. I feel like it's a rat race, and I feel like when I sit and relax, someone else is working hard. And I'm going to get outworked, and they're going to get, quote unquote, there before me. And I feel like it's a race, and I don't have time to stop. And once I fucking hit a certain level of success, then I can start enjoying the ocean, my wife, the air.
You think it's going to stop then, or do you think you're just going to be worried for it to go away?
No, I think at a certain point, I'll be like, all right, there's enough money in the bank. Like my career's rolling. Like I could fucking put it on cruise control and enjoy some of this. I think so.
I feel like you're not going to be able to.
I don't know.
I feel like you have to learn at some, I feel like it has to start now. Because you'll always be worried about. I feel like I hear people talk about this, and I think it never goes away. When did this start for you?
The second I got sober, I was on heroin for 10 years, so I was in a dream world for 10 years. And the second I woke up, like I would say it came on a month into being at rehab, where I was like, do I want to stay? I was like 28. I was like, do I want to stay on this planet? Yes or no? Yes. Why do I want to stay on this planet? Because I want to be a world famous comedian. And I told that to a backyard full of fucking convicts, and everybody laughed at me. And I was just like, okay. I just knew that. I knew that I'd be successful after that, because they were all like, just like, oh man, I'm going to get a management job at McDonald's, or, like just like these like get well jobs. And I was like, I want to be a huge fucking star. And I said that to a bunch of people. They're like, what do you really want? I was like, I want to be a huge entertainment star. And then everybody was like, okay, Steven. Like, and I was like, because I look crazy. I was in my pajamas and a fucking beard. And like, but I was like, okay, I slept for 10 years while everybody else was working hard. All my friends were starting to buy houses and stuff. And, I was in my late 20s. And I was just like, I have to fucking work. I have to work like somebody who's fucking hasn't done anything for a decade. And I've been working like that for the last 11 years.
And if we could put a name on it, I think it's workaholism.
Yeah.
So something that happens when a lot of people get sober is that they just start replacing alcohol and drugs with work.
Yes.
And working their ass off. And it totally makes sense because, we had spent so much time partying and not focusing. Now we feel like we have a lot to make up for. And, I'm in it too. And I remember when I first got sober, I was dating someone who was a workaholic. And I wasn't quite there yet. I was still pretty lazy. Mm-hmm. And I was just like blown away by how busy he was. He was at the office until like at least 10 p.m. every single night. And he cared so much about his job. And I was like, I want to feel like that. Mm-hmm. And it took me a couple of years to feel like that.
Yeah.
But, now I do. But I feel like I am pretty good about scheduling. And we were talking about this yesterday in our acting class. He was talking about people who are night owls, like what the schedule of their day should look like. And I think you're a night owl too.
I'm a night owl. I like the night.
Yeah. So when we wake up, you're the sharpest in the morning. So you should do your writing in the morning. From 11 to 4 p.m. is where you kind of drop off and get tired.
Well, I wake up at 11.
Okay.
Because I don't go to bed till like 3:30.
Well, the first thing that you do in the morning should be like the thing that you're the sharpest at. So you're your sharpest when you wake up right in the morning. So you should be like writing and stuff. Then from like, maybe like 12 to 4 is the time where you should be doing like boring stuff, like where your mind's not going to be as sharp. So it's answering emails, working out of the gym, stuff like that. And then after that, like after 4 p.m. is supposed to be like when you're the most creative.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start like brainstorming and throwing ideas out there. That's how he said something works with like the mind, which I thought was interesting and wanted to pass along to you.
That's cool. I like that.
But yeah, like I'm the best writer when I first wake up. So like I feel like the sharpest then.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's true, I do feel that drop off like midday. And I never know what to do midday because I actually am too tired to go to the gym.
I have a second coffee. So like I wake up and coffee's been a very important part of my sobriety. But I have a coffee in the morning. I really look forward to that. And then like around 3 o'clock, I have another coffee. Like I'll have like another strong, nice cup of coffee. And that like, that pushes me over that edge. That keeps me going for round 2, like the second part of the day. Mm-hmm. That really does.
He also said that you shouldn't drink coffee when you first wake up. You should wait an hour until after you wake up. Because when you first wake up, you should have water because you haven't had water for 8 hours. A full glass of water. And then as soon as you wake up, cortisol comes into your body, which is the stress chemical. Mm-hmm. Because it's like you're waking up. And then when you add caffeine to that, it's not good for your body. So you should be waiting an hour to have your caffeine was something else I learned.
Maybe, yeah. I like to have a cup of water first. I have like a big slug of water.
I need to drink like a glass of water. I like that idea more.
I like water.
Yeah.
I like water, but I really enjoy coffee.
I know you do, my little sugar dumpling.
I know.
I want to quickly share about a weird thing that happened with me with the porn shoot. And then...
Psychic Danny, I lit his candle today, and he's calling me. He always...
Do you want to answer it on speaker?
What's that?
Do you want to answer it on speaker?
No, should I?
If you want.
I don't know.
Who's Psychic Danny?
Danny is a gypsy psychic. Hold on, let's just see if he's a gypsy psychic. I was lighting his prosperity candles this morning. He's a very interesting guy. He's for hire, I know, but I want to ask his permission before I blast him out.
Everyone should have a psychic on.
Hey, Danny, I'm live on a podcast. Can I put you on speaker? Just to check in for 10 seconds. We're on with Psychic Danny. Danny, I'm on Chelsea's podcast right now.
Hi, Danny.
Oh, okay. Hey, Chelsea, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So I lit your candles about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. I lit the prosperity and the money candles while I was chanting, and then you call. You always sense it.
I'm like, let me call this man and see what he's up to.
Really? Did you feel me?
Yeah. Actually, I was like, oh, let me call him.
Yeah, I went to a meeting yesterday, but I will call you after this podcast.
All right, guys.
Any words of advice to the listeners?
Uh-oh.
Anything you see about me?
Yeah, Chelsea wants to...
It's always about you, Chelsea.
I know. Sorry.
I love it, though. We have to talk, me and you.
Oh,
shit. That's not good.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Oh, okay. We'll talk.
Is it about me, Danny?
No.
Okay. All right, Danny. Where do they find you online?
Huh? They can give me a call anytime. Everybody can give me a call. My number's all over the place. So it's 323-217-9382.
Yeah.
So, Steven, what we'll give psychic.
Yeah, we'll give Psychic Danny's number. He does psychic readings. He has tarot cards, and he does blessings. He took me down to the beach and took all the darkness out of me. And if you've got a possession, just like Beetlejuice, if you got a possession in your house, Danny will take it the fuck out. All right, Danny, I'll call you after this podcast. I love you, man.
I love you too, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I love Danny.
Wait, will you tell the listeners what his number is again?
Yeah, I have it right up here on. Did you even realize his business card is watching us all? Psychic Daniel.
What is it?
Danny's a real psychic. He's nailed it. It is 323-217-9382. We call him Gypsy Danny, Psychic Daniel. And his website is Daniel, DANIEL, PSYCHIC.org. Give him a call. Give him a call. You want something out of this world? You need some advice? Call Gypsy Danny. He always knows.
Is he in Long Beach?
He's in Long Beach.
Okay, cool.
He's in Long Beach, but he does do FaceTime.
So a really weird thing happened to me. I was talking to a potentially different sponsor in my Alcoholics Anonymous program. 12-step program. And I was going over to this woman's house, and we were going to do some step work, talk about the big book, because she was really, can I say that?
Yeah.
Because she was really big on going through the big book, which is a popular thing in 12-step programs, to read the material line by line and learn a lot about, how this program came to be and learn about, the depth of what it is and what we do here. And so ahead of time, I had told her that I used to be a stripper. And
wait, what?
Yeah. And so I go over to her place in 1,000 Oaks, and she goes, "Hey, we'll just work out in the RV out front because they're shooting a scene inside."
Was it a nice place?
Not really. It was just like a house, So she had told me that her husband produces porn and is in porn. So I get to her house, and outside there's a big tour bus, which I realize is where they do Bang Bros shoots. And I was like, "Oh, you guys," and so I got there, and she goes, "Yeah, we're shooting inside the house right now." And I go, "Oh, I don't care." And she goes, "Okay, then we'll go outside." So we walked through her house, and they were setting up for a porn shoot inside this woman's house. Again, I just want to reinstate, I was going over to this woman's house to talk about spirituality, and there was a porn shoot in her house. Mm-hmm. And now, I thought that it didn't bother me at first, but it did. And I was pretending that it didn't. And I think I used to be cool with that kind of stuff. Our first date was, we joke about how we went to a bukkake shoot because we want to be edgy and funny and have a funny story to tell. But where I'm at in 3 years of sobriety, where I'm at in my life, I don't want to be around a porn shoot when I'm talking about the 12 steps and getting sober, and getting well. And, we were outside. We didn't see what was going on inside, but some guy, the camera guy, kept coming outside and having us move because they could see us through the window. We were shifting our seat around numerous times so we didn't get in the shot. Guys kept coming outside to smoke cigarettes in the middle of this serious conversation we were having. And it was just kind of weird. It was hard to focus, but I was telling myself that it was okay when it wasn't. And I have a really hard time listening to myself. And I went inside to use the bathroom, and I heard what sounded like an aggressive face fucking scene.
Oh my gosh. Being
shot. It was like someone was dying with a dick down their throat inside. And I was like, "Oh, okay, bye." And I left, and then I got home, and I had a massive panic attack.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize until I unpacked that later in therapy how much it really affected me being there. and how I somewhat was a part of, I was never in the porn world, but, I had been to sex parties. I was around, a lot of people who are a part of that world. And it used to not bother me, but like where I'm at today, I feel like a lady in church. Like I was just like, oh my God, I don't know. I just thought that was such a weird, crazy story. And, I'm not going to work with her again.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like she judged me the next day for taking some anti-anxiety medication that was prescribed by a doctor. And it just felt like so much and very weird. And like, I am on the path to recover and, get better in my life. And that is just not something that I can have around me. That is not something that is supporting my mental health. And it was just such an odd, crazy experience. I just want to touch base and tell that story.
Yeah.
It was
Go with
very
it, follow your
strange.
gut,
It was very strange. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to follow your gut. That is very strange, and it's triggering, and it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like being around like crazy sex stuff now.
Me neither. It was so weird. Yeah, we went to, and I know we've talked about this on an earlier episode, but we went to a bukkake shoot together.
Mm-hmm.
And like now I don't think I'd feel, and I felt fine about that because we were like laughing about it.
I didn't. I had a massive anxiety attack during it.
Yeah, it's just weird being around that. It's sad.
It's sad. And the last few times I've watched porn here, I felt like bad afterwards. I was like, ugh. Like, I don't know. There's something I'm kind of like just distancing away from that energy. I don't know. It's kind of not who I am now.
I don't really watch porn that much anymore, but like I feel bad for them.
I do. After I orgasm, especially, I look at it and I go, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, it's depressing.
I do.
We watched that new HBO show called Euphoria, and in it, this young girl, she meets a guy off the internet, off like a Grinder, a dating website, and she meets him at a hotel, and it was so triggering to watch that.
Yeah,
he was
married with kids.
He was married with kids, and we later find out that she was a transgender
person.
Girl.
Yeah,
so he was having sex with this transgender high school kid in a hotel room.
Well, he's married with kids. And
and he was.
Spoiler alert if you're going to watch the show.
Sorry to ruin the end when you find out that they're transgender. But, it was so creepy to watch this like older guy with this clearly very young girl.
Yeah.
Who was obviously like 16 or something, and she pretends she's 22. And it was just like so, I don't know. I feel like I used to watch stuff like that when I was younger, and it would like turn me on in a weird way. And I feel like ashamed for admitting that. But like now I just watch it from like a mother's perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so horrible.
Yeah,
it's just scary.
I used to be a guy that would bang younger girls and stuff, like not underage, but like now I'm kind of just like, that's just weird. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's just
we've never talked about that.
It's just inappropriate.
Yeah, you used to hook up with girls who were 18.
Yeah.
When you were in your 30s.
Yeah.
And now you see it as gross.
Yeah. Well, like I just see it for what it is, and it's just using somebody, and it's like I saw it when we went to Voda, and like I'm with you, and like we're around the same age, you know what I mean? And we're like hanging out and having fun. We're just like we were just two people who were having a good time. We're in love. And then there's that couple, that like guy that was probably my age, and that
the
girl
UFC guy and the model.
Yeah, and that girl who's like 18, and it's like I get it, like that's fun. They were both like good looking and stuff, but like they weren't even like talking to each other or like
the entire
connecting.
Time.
I was like, oh, they just fuck, they just fucking hang out, which is fine, but like I guess that's just not what I want anymore. There's no judgment on it, but it's just like I used to do that, but it's like that's not what I want.
Yeah, I mean, like from the girl's perspective, it's always like, what do you have in common with this person? There's nothing, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you've had a pretty, interesting, crazy life, and you're always surprising me with all these new stories. And, we drove by Lowry's, what is it, a prime rib house?
Yeah, it's like the
steakhouse?
seasoning, it's like the restaurant for, if you ever had Lowry's seasoning, like it's a big seasoning company.
Yeah, and you had a weird experience at Lowry's. What happened with that?
Yeah, so I knew this guy, without going into detail. I worked at a mafia-owned grocery store when I was 16. And I worked at my cousin's restaurant. Then I quit there because I just didn't learn that you don't work with family. If you're ever working with family, it's a pain in the ass. I 2-3 blocks away from my house was this place called Lewis Foods. and it's all mobster owned. But I didn't know that. It was just this crazy Italian market. And my mom was like, I don't like you working at that place. Like, it was weird.
She said that?
Yeah, she was like, that place is gross. Like, there was just something weird about it. And you could smoke cigarettes in the aisles. So we were just like,
oh my God.
I would be boxing stuff and just smoking. Like, in a weird fact, the Scott Weiland, who just passed away, was the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots, worked there like 3 years before I worked there. So they're like, that was their big claim to fame. Like, Scott was in catering. Catering was the grossest department. They would all just be smoking cigarettes, making sandwiches, and like putting them under the heat lamp or like catering private parties. And like the Stone Temple Pilots guy like worked there. Like, it was kind of like funny. But I worked there, and this guy, without getting into too many details, this Asian, I'll just call him Asian without getting into too many details about that, was also working at the restaurant, and he was like a hitman. That's what he did.
How do you know he was a hitman?
Because we smoked a bunch of PCP, and he told me.
What did he say?
He said, I'm a hitman. That's what I do. I just need a job for my cover, dude. And yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we would work out together. So this is in like the
How old
late
was he?
90s. Probably like my age or a year or two older.
So he was like 38 and you were 16?
No, my age at the time. So we were both in our like teenagers.
He was a
teenagers.
hitman and he was a teenager?
But he looked like a Muay Thai fighter, and this was like the 90s, like with 2 earrings and like a shaved head. Like, he looked like a tough guy. He looked like an adult. We both did. I looked like the same when I was 16. I looked like an adult.
He
when I
looked
was
like
15.
someone from a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
Yeah, he did.
Like the fighter?
Yeah.
In the restaurant?
Yeah, I know which guy you're talking about. And we both worked together, and he was like, that's what I do. And I was like, that's cool. I don't care. And I would hang out with him. And I would like and I would tell like my friends, like, dude, don't be like too crazy with this guy when we get drunk, And like one guy said something to him and he ruined his car. Like one manager or like one guy that was like a little bit above him at the market, like said something to him. I was like, oh, this guy doesn't even know. And he fucking sugar tanked his car and put bananas in his pipe and ruined his whole car.
Bananas do something?
Bananas in the tailpipe, like fuck up your engine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew sugar in a gas tank.
Yeah. So he did all this stuff. So somebody that I knew got murdered, and then I think he did it, but I don't know, like, because I was like, oh, these people know each other, and then one of them I heard got shot, and then I was like, I guarantee it's that guy, and so I was just like, whoa, this, kind of like, I was like, this is for real, So then one night,
were you always careful not to cross him?
No, because we really truly got along. Like it was weird, like some people like you just get along with, that like you like. I say you and I argue sometimes. Like, who's someone I don't argue with? I don't argue with Ari Manis. Like, I'll never get in a fight with Ari Manis. I can't see myself like getting in a fight with him. It's just we don't fight. Like, or me and Abby, we will never fight. Like me and this guy, we just didn't have that. Like, we just both like to lift weights and like to go out and get laid and like fucking drinking. Like I don't know. We were just like
guys are simple.
Yeah, like our relationship was just totally bro shit. So we weren't. I don't know. It wasn't like that. So then I always get tempted when I'm at my lowest point. So then that was when I was like 16, 17. I started doing meth. Fast forward to, I lost contact with this guy. I'm working at a restaurant called Crocodile Cafe.
Really?
On Colorado at like 22 years old. I'm hooked on cocaine and Oxycontin. So I'm working every day. I always worked at restaurants. I never stole for my drugs or anything like that. Like I always just worked at restaurants. So I'd make like 100, 150, $200 in tips. A nice yawn on a podcast is always great. I would make like my money as a server as long as I would just like wait tables.
You went into a place called Crocodile Why did you work at a place called Crocodile?
It was a nice restaurant. It was not a bad restaurant.
But don't you think that's such a funny name?
Yeah, like when
out of how many restaurants there are, why did you want to go into a place called Crocodile Cafe?
Because it was the most busy one on Colorado in Old Town
silly
Pasadena.
To me.
It is silly, but it wasn't that kind of. It wasn't a kid's restaurant. It was a crocodile with sunglasses, but it was like a nicer. It was good food. It was like an Oakwood grill. Like I don't know what I would do.
Is that where you always come up with the oak salmon thing?
Yeah. Well, no. That's oddly enough. I ended up working for them years later. With my friend Dodd got me a job there, but it was at Cafe 140. But it was the same owners in the same building.
That's so funny.
They owned a couple. This one was on Lake Street, but no, it was the same people that own. What do they own? They own Smitty's. They own a bunch of really good steakhouses in Pasadena. These two brothers. They're very, very good restaurateurs, and the food is very good, actually. But so I was working at Crocodile Cafe. I was down and out. I was hooked on opiates and coke, and I remember I was cleaning the tables, and this guy comes in with some super hot chick and sits on the patio where I was working. I was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" He was like, "Dude, what's up?" He pushes the alarm on his car. He's like, "Check out my car." It was like $200,000 stick ass car. He's like, "It's completely bulletproof. You could not get killed in this car." He's like, "Check it out." And I was just like, wow. And he had this hot girl. He's like, "Meet Samantha," and they'd just been shopping all day in Old Town where I was just like, scrambling for fucking tips, And I was like, Jesus. And he goes, "Steve, I always believe in you. It's time you make real money." And I was like, all right. And he was like, "Do you like steak? Do you like lobster?" And I was like, "Of course," And he was like, "Meet me at Lowry's this weekend, Saturday, this time. Meet me at Lowry's. I have a proposal for you." So
that's like a fucking scene out of a movie.
yeah, so he tips me like fucking $200, some crazy shit, and he gets in his fucking bulletproof car, and I was like, "God damn, dude!" And I was like,
"Wait, that's the hitman."
Yeah, it was him, And I was like,
"Can you give him a name for the story, Joey?"
Yeah, we'll call him Joey. And I was like, "Damn, dude." So like, I needed more money, and like I was always like at a deficit because I was always addicted and stuff, and so. Dude, Saturday comes, and I was dating a girl that worked there. This girl that worked there, and I told her what was up, and she was like, "Dude, I don't know. That's like seems crazy, but like I did some blow, and so I was all just like kind of like scared. Who does blow before they go to like a steakhouse,
Yeah.
But I did. I was like, I did blow, and I was kind of like nervous meeting him, but I always got along with this guy. I trusted I don't think this guy would ever hurt me. It was just a weird friendship. Like I still to this day, I like the guy, and I think he's like dead or in prison, now. But I meet him at Lowry's. We're having steak and lobster. We're having a fucking fun time. So then he's like, "Okay, the business proposition is, I'm with an Asian mafia family, and you obviously know what I do, and we want to tap into the white money world, and we just need you to translate, to talk, to build trust when we're brokering drug deals." Between the Asians and like the white community, it's time for our company to fucking do that. And I'm sitting there eating lobster, and I was just like, fuck, dude, like, what do I do? And he was like, "We'll give you." He was like, I think it was like 60 grand, or he's like, "I'll give you 60 grand cash just to start day one. You just have 60 grand cash. You'll have a car like mine." And this is when you're in your early 20s, like egotistical. I want to be the man. I felt like a loser because I was doing fucking drugs and I was just screaming by. And I was just like, dude, I just had this gut feeling. I was like, if I ever get into this isn't even like stripping or hooking or doing something crazy. Like this is like you can't get out.
Yeah, right.
Like everything else, like you can get out. Like, but this is like, no, you don't get out now. And he was like, I know, because I'm from the San Gabriel Valley. Like, I know I've had a couple run-ins with Asian mob stuff, and it's like it's a whole new level of like calculated murder. So then he proposed this to me, and I started like, I was eating the lobster, and I was like, I felt guilty even eating the lobster. I was like, dude, like
this comes with a price.
Yes, I was like, fuck, and so. And then he goes, "Well, let's come to my house and let's smoke some weed afterwards." So now I'm like coming down from blow. I'm going with him, and he gets on the phone. He's like, "Back, kill him! I don't care."
You heard him say,
yes.
"Kill him!
And
I don't care."
And he's like, "I had to do some business there. Does that bother you?" And I said, "No, it doesn't bother me." But the reality of it is, it beyond bothered me. The bothering me wasn't even. I was just like, "Wow!" It's one of those things in your life. Like I'm in this car, and so we go to this weird place.
How
in the middle
fast
of the
was
San
he
Gabriel
driving?
Efficiently fast.
I knew it.
Like the wolf, and like, so he goes over and he's like fucking he's like doing mob hit, he's doing like hits on the phone, like setting up hits and stuff. And then Taylor, my friend who's now sober, owns rehabs, like good guy. He had met this guy back when I was working with him at this grocery store. Taylor liked this guy, but Taylor was like too comfortable. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And so Taylor calls me. He's like, "Is that your one friend, Taylor? Love that guy. Tell him to come." I'm like, no, I don't want to have Taylor.
Because you don't want to draw him into it. Because you knew Taylor would be.
Taylor would be like, "Oh, cool." Like Taylor was like,
you'd be like, "I'll take $60,000."
Yeah, Taylor was just like, "Oh, wow, neat." Like, because I told Taylor, like, don't get too close to this guy. So then he drops me off at home, and he'd done all this stuff in front of me, and I asked him about somebody that I knew that passed away, and he said something like ominous, like they're gone now. Like, and because I knew a guy that I knew got killed,
Yeah.
And I was like, and this guy was a high level coke dealer, and I was like, hey, do you ever hear about so and so? And he's like, yeah, he's gone now. And so I'm just like, dude, like, look, dude, if you know me, all I do is I like to joke, I like to have sex, and I like to do my drugs. Like, I'm not a gangster, you know. But I don't know. I've always been comfortable with killers. It's very
what'd you
strange. I've known
talk
a lot of
about when you
killers.
went, babe? So what'd you talk about when you went to his house and you were smoking weed?
About what I would be doing and like business wise.
What was he saying?
You just have to talk to people. You're a really good talker. We don't need you to do anything dangerous. You just need to be talking and convincing white boys that you could trust us, you know, and this and that. And I was
Tricking
like,
people, convincing, manipulating.
no, I don't even think that. It was pretty like straight up business. It was just like
just what he was doing with you. You would do it with
just
other.
hey, bring your fucking white boy friends. Who I had a lot of high level coke dealer friends at the time. Like, hey, just introduce us to your. You know, we want to get into the white world, like because they deal with a lot of the Asian communities within their own community, and it was time for them to branch out, and make more money.
So then what?
And so then I came home. I went to my girlfriend's house and I told her what happened. And I fucking did a bunch of blow at her house. And then I had a fucking panic attack. And I was like, oh my God, why was I even considering this? And
so you did consider it when you left.
I did.
You were like, I'm down.
Well, I was just like, all I have to be doing is talking. I'll get to do all the drugs I want. I won't have to worry about money. But then it's just like a different lifestyle. It's like all I ever wanted was peace of mind. That's why I did drugs, is just to find some relief and peace of mind. And I think I just knew at a core level, like this, I wasn't gonna have peace of mind. I want money because I want peace of mind and time and freedom. But like this money didn't come with that. It was like a panicky money. It was like
it always
for
comes
me,
with a price.
Yeah. So then I like just stopped answering his calls and say, hey, let me consider it. I don't know if this is for me. And he was totally cool. He was like, all good, man. I'll see you. And I would see him around every couple years. And he continued to get richer and richer. And I was struggling more and more. And it was like one of those things where I was just like, it's just not for me. And I had a full meltdown. But I think about that every time I pass. We went out to eat at Lowry's right on La Cienega. I think about that every time I pass Lowry's.
I've never been to Lowry's.
It's good. It's good steaks and good
Is
lobster.
it?
It's very good. It's good food.
I couldn't tell.
Because it's such a staple. It's like
It looks like Outback Steakhouse to me.
but it's not. It's like the Lowry's. That's a huge company. They're serious about their meat.
Tiffany
and stuff.
Haddish is their Lowry's Spice.
Is it really?
I think.
Oh, that's cool.
She's working for them now.
Yeah, I think especially that one on La Cienega. Those restaurants on that row are all pretty damn good.
So when was the last time you've seen him? Did he friend you on Facebook recently?
No, I don't know what happened to him. Always liked him.
Wow.
I always liked the guy. He was a funny guy. Like I always liked the guy. And I don't know. He was involved in
I feel
these
like
fight
he's
clubs.
listening to this right now, sharpening a knife, just waiting.
No,
No,
it wasn't like that. I liked the guy. I loved the guy. Like he was
Wow.
cool. But yeah, that was just one of
That's
many
so
stories. I had
random.
so many weird stories. Like the Alpha Dog. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, I did.
Like I was supposedly something that we did set those murders off. I was around that same time, San Gabriel Valley. These guys were from the
Where
valley
was
in the
that?
late 90s. I think it was late 90s. Then it happened in Santa Barbara, and I was hanging out. This guy went crazy that I know. He's tried to kill me on Facebook. Did I tell you about?
What?
Okay, if you ever get bored, you want to get creeped out. Do you know that there's a spam folder on your Facebook,
Yeah.
which Facebook's files weird emails. Somehow it knows with the algorithms inappropriate stuff that people send you, not just spam, but just weird emails. And I found it one night and I went through it, and this guy from my high school had a nervous breakdown and went crazy, went schizophrenic crazy in high school. It called from a psych ward and asked me and my friend George to kill his father.
Oh my God.
And imagine you're stoned. You're fucking like, oh, whoa, dude, aliens. Like, you know, you're in your teens smoking weed. He gets a call on his landline. Dude, it was so-and-so from psych ward trying to get us to kill his dad. And I was like, dude, I don't want any part of that. I never liked the guy. I always felt uncomfortable by the guy. And I just didn't like this guy in high school. He was just a casual acquaintance that we smoked weed with. But he had a nervous breakdown in high school. So then during at UC Santa Barbara, I was involved in this huge fight. I ended up stealing a keg from somebody's backyard. And this guy that went crazy later claims that keg, me and my friend stealing that keg at that party furthered the murder for the Alpha Dog. Like that actual real, because it was based on a real story that us fucking over this party was the last straw of this guy. This guy thought it was the the character they killed's brother in the movie, but it was me and my friends. And this guy swears that we're somehow guilty in that.
Oh my God.
And I did do that. I did go to the party. I did do this thing, but I don't feel any responsibility for a guy getting killed for that. But somehow
I forgot. I remember I saw the movie.
it was great. My dad filmed the fight scenes with Justin Timberlake
Oh wow.
for that movie. And my dad, I remember I was living at my dad's house when that happened. He's like, "Oh, I filmed a really cool movie." He's like, "It looks like it's going to be really good with Justin Timberlake, nicest guy in the world." And that was a great movie.
Yeah.
Alpha Dog was a great
Yeah, it was
movie.
cool.
I really liked it. But that was my generation, late 90s weed, San Gabriel Valley.
Is that where it
San
took
Fernando
place?
Valley. Yeah, I think San Fernando Valley, San Gabriel Valley.
And they had like a
With
really
that.
dope house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, because I remember like they used the payphone for that like Circus Liquor, like right there.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, that thing has more movie credits than we do.
I know.
That
I
thing's
love
in
it.
everything.
Clueless.
Yeah, it's in everything. It's in everything.
Yeah.
It's a really peculiar. It's just a strange place. I remember when I first got sober and I was like, dude, alcohol's a problem. And I was driving by there and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, have
It's
alcohol.
cool.
It is
looks,
cool.
Yeah.
It's an iconic. It's iconic.
iconic.
Mm.
Is what I said. Well, I know that you have to get to therapy. Thank you for just popping on for a quick little episode.
Of course. Can I tell you what the first thing she told me to do in therapy? And I've got to leave now. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me
what?
check my messages. So I have a lot of childhood trauma and a lot of abuse trauma. And the first session, she goes, I want you to take a towel and a washcloth. Go buy a nice washcloth and a nice towel. Put the washcloth in your mouth, bite down, take the towel and wring it. Whenever you're getting these like feelings of anxiety, wring it in your hands and start grunting. And when she told me to do that, when she told me to do that, I started crying in the session, almost crying. I was like, wow, that was a weird reaction.
Yeah.
So then I did this the other night at our house.
You did?
I
You
did
never
it.
told
I
me.
did it, and it was the strangest. You feel like this stuff like coming out of you. It feels like darkness coming. It's the weirdest thing. So I am no psychiatrist. I've only done it once. I'll find out more today. I'm on my way there. But take a washcloth, put it in your mouth, bite down when you're getting that agitated, angry, like panicky feeling. Bite down on it, grunt, and take a towel and wring it in your hands, and just it gets it out of you.
Whoa.
Isn't that weird? It worked.
That is weird. And you went to anger management. Did you learn anything new there?
Yeah, when I don't feel heard, and when I feel overwhelmed, I get really fucking afraid, and then I rage because I want to be heard and have power.
So what do they do? What do they suggest to counteract that?
I learned that most healthy people walk away from situations that start to get escalated, and I double down. And I learned that it's not manly to walk away. You have to stay and fight. And they were like, "What would happen if you stay and fight? Or if you're uncomfortable, someone says something uncomfortable, rather than like, hey man, we revisit this later in an hour." Like I'm getting heated. Like I was taught like by the men in my life, like no, you just stay there and you take a step forward. And that didn't come naturally to me. I was afraid to do that. But then after. I just trained myself to do that. So if someone's like saying something like customer at work, I'll be like, what the fuck? What's up? And I just take an aggressive step forward. Like that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
That doesn't work, especially nowadays. Maybe it did, back 20 years ago, but it just doesn't, that's not a good.
That's not nice.
That's not nice, Chelsea. But yeah, like that's so I'm going to have to take a step back and work on, let go the idea that it's weak to walk away from a problem.
I like that.
Or a dispute.
And to take some time to chill out before, if you get mad about something, if we get into a fight, you walk away.
Yeah, just say, I need to take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To reflect.
Yeah. Just to cool down.
I like that. That's a good tip for any of those angry listeners.
Yeah,
out
on
there.
the triangle, like in class, there's like this, like a diagram of it, and then it just says the point of no return in an explosion.
Ooh, don't want to get there.
I know. I identified that I liked getting there.
Baby.
It was intoxicating to rage.
Huh.
Most people, there's a reason you do it.
Wow.
Because you feel heard and in control. But then afterwards, you feel really bad.
Well, thank you, Stephen, so much for coming on. Where can we find you on social media, and where can we hear your podcast?
My podcast is called So Deep. You could just go to StephenRandolph.com/podcast, or just Google So Deep, SODEEP podcast with Stephen Randolph. I drop episodes on Tuesday, and I also drop something called Fierce Friday with my friend Dodd, who you give him a word, and he says if it's either fierce or gross or why and why. That's Fierce Friday. So I'm dropping episodes Tuesday and Friday.
And we can hear that on iTunes and Spotify as well.
iTunes, Spotify, wherever fine podcasts are sold. Also, my social media is Steven Randolph 2, STEVEN RANDOLPH, the number 2 on Twitter, Instagram. Follow me. I do a lot of funny stuff, and I'm around town. Come say hi to me at the Comedy Store and just buy my album.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
album.
Steven. Any dates you want to promote coming up? Anything like that? Or just check out?
I get dates in by the week. I'm going to be doing the my friend Martin Martins will be doing the Irvine Improv with Grant Cotter on I forgot. Hold on. Damn it, Steven. Get your shit together. July 24th, I'll be at the Irvine Improv with Grant Cotter, and I have a bunch more dates coming up. I just don't know them right now. I wasn't prepared. I perform constantly. You could see me around.
Love it. And then I will be opening for Bobby Lee this weekend at the Ontario Improv in California, Friday through Sunday. There's 5 shows, so check that out. And you can find me on Instagram at Chelsea Skidmore. And guys, please feel free to send me some questions you want me to answer. If you guys want to keep that going, you can always email me at the Chelsea Skidmore Show at gmail.com. And remember to rate, review, and subscribe to my podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great week. Bye.
Bye.